Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. Guys, a new Genesis, and welcome to the New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 17 review. I didn't watch it live, like I told you guys. If you guys seen the post I put up there yesterday on the channel, I think for us it would have been 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just gonna watch it in the morning. So I started watching in the morning around 6 o'clock, and I just finished a couple minutes ago, and it was an amazing pay review, a nice pay review, a solid pay review. It was very cool. Had some cool moments, but as you guys know, there's one moment that stood out the most to me, and that was the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match. That felt like the main event right there. That right there was an amazing match between two competitors, the dreamlike match. Those guys been building it up for a while. We've seen them on like the air now, interviews and all this stuff. Kenny saying that Will Ospreay is not ready to carry the torch. Will Ospreay saying that he's ready. He's ready. He's saying that he's better than Kenny Omega and all this stuff going back and forth. We've seen him in a 6-man championship tournament thing they had, and we just seen a lot of crazy matches, like a little crazy build up with them. And then the match happened, the big time match. Kenny Omega with amazing entrance. It felt like an anime villain was coming out there like that, and popping the one-winged angel on the side, the cool thing like of evil villain and stuff. And then, Will Ospreay was showing, came out there, we had the squad with them, United Empire, and they was ready. And they went at it, and the match showed a lot of different, like, styles. We seen, the typical grappling, the chain wrestling. We've seen some strong style. We've seen British strong style. We've seen some luchador style. They had a lot of different mixtures of different things. It was a nice build-up. The match was paced very well. It was a very good match. And I gave it a 5 stars plus. Usually I don't go past 5 stars, but I'm just gonna say, I think on a scale of 1 to 5, you just get it 1 to 5. I don't go past that rating, but I'm gonna give it a 5-star plus. That right there might be match of the year, and the year just started. Kenny Omega coming, he only really wrestled like what, a singles match maybe once or twice last year. I remember he was injured. For most of the year and stuff, and most of the other matches have been like 6-man matches he's been wrestling, and him to come in. I think his first time back in Japan since the Tanahashi match when he lost at WGP world title against Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom. So for him to come back and to have an amazing match like that and to win the IWGP US Championship was spectacular. That right there might be match of the year, and the year just started. That right there is a classic match. I'm gonna rewatch it again probably later this week. Amazing match between the two, and it was just very good. It's very good type of like style too, and I think the story is gonna be like Kenny Omega saying that, oh, Will Ospreay not ready, and you're not ready for the torch yet, and kind of like building that up, and I think it's gonna end with like a dramatic finish with Will Ospreay doing the unthinkable. I think he's gonna kick out a one-winged angel one time. I think so. Like later down the line, they're faced again. I don't know if it'll be Forbidden Door. Maybe later this year they face again, something like that, or it'll be a big pay-per-view. They face again, and then you see Will Ospreay beat Omega and like show that I am ready. I am ready to carry the torch. I am ready to be the next big thing, the biggest thing in Japan. But another match that was good too, I gave it 4.5 stars, was Jay White and Okada. They had a bad placement. It came right after the Kenny Omega and Ospreay match. They took the house down. That right there for like the main event between Ospreay and Omega. But the Jay White match and Okada match was very good too. It's kind of predictable, kind of seeing Okada winning and become a world champion. I was hoping Jay White retained, but Jay White has been a mega star, been a main event star in Japan, been doing a lot of big things. I know there's some rumors that people saying that he may pop up in a Royal Rumble and hit that little list out. I think the list was fake though, but Jay White in WWE would be cool, but I don't think his contract is up. But Jay White, he reminds me of Edge. His wrestling style his wrestling style and the way he carries himself a little big reminds me of Edge. He's that guy who can fit in anywhere like that. That guy you can put him in any spot, he will shine like that. So hopefully Jay White, I don't know if he done with the New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't think so, but that would be cool to see Jay White in WWE. See him versus AJ Styles and Finn Balor or somebody like that. That'd be some cool stuff, some cool storylines. See him win a IC title, see him win a world title in WWE. But I don't know if he's going to WWE or now he probably could show up at AEW again because I know they were talking about that. What's the name trying to do like the Elite versus the Bullet Club? Remember at first there was some rumors a couple years back, but now the Elite is a little different now, and the Bullet Club, they're still strong. They have some new members now. They casted some guys out. One of the guys they casted out was Tama Tonga, who won his never openweight championship back. So yeah, him and Machine Gun Carl Anderson had a pretty good match, pretty solid match. I gave it 3.5 stars. Those guys went at it, and at the end he kind of missed the gun stun. He kind of missed it a little bit on the gun stun, but overall the match was still a pretty good match. And Zack Sabre Jr. winning the New Japan World Television Championship. I remember they had the little cup tournament they had We've been doing it for a little while. The title, I'm still not a fan of the title because like it's like just a giant plate. It's a New Japan World on like that. Like I guess it kind of shaped as a TV a little bit. I don't like the title. New Japan usually been do well like, overall on their title. The titles look pretty good, but the world titles, I'm not a big fan of the Power Ranger belt looking title, but I feel like it's still solid. I think the best title they got there is the IWGP US title. That's a beautiful title. When they revealed that, I remember a couple years back, that was an amazing title. I think Kenny Omega is the first IWGP US champ, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, when they revealed that title back then, that was an amazing title, a beautiful title. The tag titles look cool too. The classic tag titles, never openweight championship look cool. But that New Japan World Television title, I'm not a big fan of that. But it's all right. The FTR versus Goto and Yoshihashi, that was a good match too. FTR going at it, and I get it at 4.5 stars. Amazing match between those guys. FTR lost all their titles. They lost the AAA tag titles, lost the Ring of Honor tag titles, and they lost the IWGP World Tag title. But they all the matches they had, all those matches were still good. It was some great, amazing matches. Especially that dollar collar match they had, of course, on Ring of Honor when they went against the Briscoes. But FTR, I think they kind of setting it up for them to maybe win the AEW World Championship, Tag Team Championships back. I think they claim it's still the champion, so we're gonna see how that turns out. And then of course Mercedes Moné debuting. Theme song was cool. I'm not the biggest Sasha Banks fan in the world. Like I'm not the biggest fan of Sasha Banks. Like I'm not like oh Sasha Banks like this. Like she's my favorite wrestler ever. But I don't like dislike her either. I'm just like just neutral. I was like oh yeah Sasha Banks is a amazing competitor. She's a cool competitor. She did a lot. Main event at WrestleMania with Bianca Belair. She was a 5-time or she's just a 5 or 6 time. I think a 5-time, 6-time Raw Women's Champion, a SmackDown Women's Champion, and a Tag Team Champion multiple times. So she did a lot. NXT. I remember the match she had with Bayley, the Iron Women's match they had, the crazy match for the titles and stuff like that. So Sasha Banks is a good competitor, a good wrestler, and I guess she set the face. Kairi Sane or Kairi, not at the Sane off. She faced the face Kairi after I think in the Battle in the Valley, something like that. The little pay-per-view they usually have. I think Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega had a match there. It was on that ladder, that crazy ladder spot thing they did. I think they had a match there before when they had the little Bullet Club rivalry. Like Bullet Club is fine, but yeah, that right there should be a cool match. I don't know if I think Mercedes probably is signed maybe like per date. Maybe. I don't think she's a full-time New Japan star. Maybe like per date. But I don't know if she's gonna debut anywhere else, like AEW. AEW definitely had a paycheck. They've got the amount of money to pay you for being a full-time competitor there. So I don't know if she's gonna debut at AEW. Because Paige do need a tag team partner. I don't know who it is. If it was Tony Storm or it was somebody else like that, they probably would have been said it. Like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I could come back. But I think it might be. That'd be cool if it is Mercedes Moné. That'd be cool. I think the song is cool too. That'd be very exciting to see Paige and her team up to go against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. I think Britt Baker gonna turn on Jamie Hayter eventually too. But yeah, that's really. Oh yeah, and I think well I say Sasha Banks. So same thing. I think she'll return back to WWE eventually. I think like sometimes when you get to that point where you're like, oh, I'm a free agent now, and you see some dream matches you want to do and some other things you want to venture out and do and stuff. I think she'll do those like those matches and stuff. I think she'll be back in 2 years. 2 years she'll be back. She'll be back to return back to WWE probably most likely. I thought that's the best place that fit her. It looked kind of out of place a little bit in Japan, a little bit when she debuted and stuff like that. But I think it'll be pretty good. Now AEW, I think she'll do well if she do go there. I don't know if she signed there or not, but she probably got some more, maybe working on some movies or some TV shows or something. But I think she'll return back to WWE probably in 2 years. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this pay-per-view, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10, like that. And of course, the match of the night. And the match of the year, maybe. One of the best matches I've ever seen. Kenny Omega versus Willospreay. That right there is the moment of the night, the match of the night. Amazing match between two legendary competitors and two of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Kenny Omega, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, Willospreay. In the ring, they can do anything. Those guys right there can do anything. So yeah, yeah. That's the end of this video. Like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the next wrestling review, which probably will be, I think, Revolution or Royal Rumble, one of them places. But you'll probably see it. You'll know. Peace out.